as you said, on the initiative of President Trump, the two presidents talked for 90 minutes on the phone, and they covered a very far range of strategic issues, which I think all, anybody who is interested in world peace should be very happy about, contrary to such strange people like Adam Schiff, who is upset about it. But if you think about it, the heads of the two largest nuclear powers in the world are talking again about strategic issues. That should make everybody happy, because it's very important for the strategic stability and the possible solution of all relevant conflicts. So they talked for the first time since the cancellation of the summit on the 30th of November 2018, where they were supposed to meet in Buenos Aires. And because of the whole hysteria of Russiagate and Russiagate, this was then downgraded to just an informal short discussion. So they had now a long discussion discussing economic issues, trade relations, investments, but also strategic security-related issues. They discussed North Korea, Venezuela, the Ukraine, and also the fact that the charge of Russian meddling in the 2016 campaign is now over. So Trump afterwards wrote several tweets in which he said, to have good relations with Russia and China is a good thing and not a bad thing. Great potential for future relations. And I think this is really very, very important because, you can say that about 2 years of Trump's presidency, or a little bit more already, was lost because of this absolute incredible Mueller investigation, which, now is becoming more and more clear that this was collusion with British intelligence on the side of the heads of intelligence of the Obama administration. And, naturally, was this with knowledge of Obama and Hillary? It would be very doubtful that if it was not. So I think this is a real breakthrough. And for example, they agreed on Venezuela, that it's entirely up to the Venezuelan people to settle their internal affairs. I think this is very good. It was also reported that President Trump has expressed increasing doubt about the intelligence he was given about the situation in Venezuela. They discussed the Ukraine in the context of the new president there, that this means that now absolutely the Minsk agreement must be gotten to some success. Then they discussed also the question of nuclear disarmament. I think this is extremely important, and even the possibility to include China in a tripart strategic agreement on nuclear disarmament was discussed. So I think this is really a very, very important development, and good news for the whole world, because it's a real blowback against those people who had tried to go for confrontation with Russia, up to the point of turning a new Cold War into a hot war. So I think this is really good developments.